Okay, and we are live. Hello, everyone. Sorry for joining a few minutes late. Had to finish measuring some ingredients out. But we're going to start today by making some brownie cookies. I was going to make them with mint extract, but not everybody likes mint. So I'm going to do some melts that have that I bought that I haven't had a chance to try yet, but they're midnight mints, and I really like this brand. So the other flavors that I've tried are really good, and I'm very excited. But we can do like a drizzle or a dip on those. And I also have an idea that's like a little bit, I guess, of an intrusive thought that we're going to test out today as well because it is pie day. So we're going to start by making our brownie cookie mixture. And we're starting with a pound of chocolate as well as 2 tablespoons of butter. And gotta get our sweetened condensed milk. I did not finish getting the lid. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna add our sweetened condensed milk. Hello, thank you so much for joining. We're adding our sweetened condensed milk. Just trying to get as much of that out of there as possible. Okay, good enough. So we're going to pop this into the microwave, and I think I'm gonna do like a minute or so to get everything starting to get nice and melty. Okay. Another way I thought of doing something really cool, but I didn't have enough time to prep it, was for this kind of stuff, you could do a mint white chocolate ganache and also like color it green. And you could freeze little like blobs of them or use like a mold and have like little sections of it, and you could stuff the cookies with it, so when you break open the chocolate cookie, then it would have this mint center. So I definitely want to try that at some point. I just didn't have enough time to prep it for this one. But like I said, I have these melts that I've been really wanting to try, so I'm very excited about that. I'm going to open it and test one while we're waiting for our melts, or for our chocolate mixture. Oh, it smells like a Girl Scout Thin Mint. That's good. It's like a really good chocolate flavor. And I don't feel like the mint's too strong. Then again, I love mint, so it could be strong for some people, but we'll see. Okay. That's our oven that just finished preheating to 375. Okay, definitely needs some more time. What are you cooking? Hello, thank you for joining. We're making some brownie cookies, and then we're also going to try out something for pie day as well. So we're starting with our brownie cookie dough. These brownie cookies are going to have some mint added to them, which is why it's St. Patrick's Day themed. That's always my go-to. I love when the shamrock shakes come out. Okay, so let's start maybe another 30 seconds. Got a minute, now we're gonna do 30 seconds. Sounds good. Thank you so much. No, thank you for asking. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. Okay, so we're waiting for those to get all melty, and we have our dry ingredients already measured out. So I have a cup of all-purpose flour, and then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, as well as 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Specifically, I like the dark cocoa powder, and it's unsweetened. Okay. Hopefully everything is getting nice and melty. Ooh, and I also forgot to mention 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which is the next thing that we're going to add to this. Just trying to make sure everything, all of our chocolate, all of our butter, everything's melted down. Okay, we're looking pretty good. So we're gonna add our extract. Like I mentioned, if you want to add mint to this, that's what I would do if I wasn't gonna give this to some people I know don't like mint. So I would do maybe like a teaspoon of vanilla and like 2 teaspoons of mint extract if you wanna do that. This time I'm just doing the regular traditional 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Just gonna mix that thoroughly in here. And then we're gonna add our dry ingredients. That's what I love about these brownie cookies. They come up, they like whip up really quickly, very easy, and you can customize them in so many ways. Okay, we look good. So we're gonna add all of our dry ingredients now. Is mint optional? For sure. That's why I decided to keep it just plain, and I can add mint after everything is baked because I know that there are people who don't like it. So that's what I love about these cookies, is that they are very easy to customize for different preferences. Okay. I never in my life tried it with mint and brownies. I'm gonna try it and make this now. Oh, definitely. I highly recommend. I actually came up with for a Girl Scout badge when I was in Girl Scouts way long ago. We had to do like a creative cooking badge, and now compared to what I make now, it's like, you know, it's very basic. But we made Thin Mint brownies, and then we would give them people that we were selling cookies to, and it would encourage them to buy more Thin Mints. So I definitely recommend mint and brownies because it's just delicious. I love your channel. Oh, thank you so much, Taylor. Okay, just trying to mix this just until everything is combined. We don't want to overmix because then our dough will be a little bit tough. But just until everything is mixed. Hope everyone's having a good week. It is stormy today. I have content to film, but I'm like, I hope that the power doesn't go out. What do you feel special? Can you clarify your question for me? Is like, what do I like about cooking, or like what's my favorite thing about cooking? Cake, are you making or brownies? Melissa, I am making brownie cookies. And we're also going to do something for Pi Day. It's a random idea that I just couldn't help myself with. So it's like a two-parter today for our live. Like, what do you like about it? Oh, great question. I think I just like I feel inspired. Like I've always been into crafts and stuff like that. And I feel like this is just literally food crafting. I feel like I just get inspired by different stuff that I want to try out. And I just like I don't know, like I can express my creativity in different ways. And that's why I particularly like desserts over, like I do like cooking a little bit, but desserts are definitely like my favorite thing because of the decorating. Can definitely use my crafty skills in the, dessert realm more. A great question. Thank you for asking. Okay, looks like we're finally mixed up. I don't see any little pockets of flour that escape me. So now we can grab our parchment paper lined sheet tray. Make sure no any dry ingredients are on the counter. Okay, and I need to grab my cookie scoop. I think I'm going to do my usual, which is a medium-sized cookie scoop. Okay, so we got our medium-sized cookie scoop. I'm thinking about doing videos on cooking and baking and not sure. Very shy. I don't measure anything, just eyeball everything. Well, if you want to do videos, then you should definitely just do it. I know that sounds like really simple, but that's honestly how I started. I was doing a, you know, beginning of COVID and all that fun stuff. It was like May of 2020. There was this week-long video challenge with a channel called Think Media, and they did like a whole bunch of classes and like a special thing because everybody was, stuck at home. And I was like, I'm just going to do this thing. I've thought about YouTube for a while. And their second day or their second or third day was make and post a video. And I was very super camera shy, like very awkward. The video's still up there if you really want to go check it out. But I challenged myself to just do it. And yeah, it's just it's really awkward at first, but once you get the hang of it, then before you know it, you're a natural. Let's see, is there food you made that you say you would never make or eat again? Ooh, that's a good question, Jose. I feel like, I don't know if I would say I would never make it again because I feel like I get inspired at different times to try different things. I don't know, something that eludes me, I guess is the word, is hollandaise. For whatever reason, I have not been able to get a hollandaise to work. And what's really annoying is that I love sauces. So it annoys me that one of, like the mother sauces is still not working for me. But I have hope that it'll turn out at some point. I just haven't tried it out for a while because it annoyed me after multiple batches. Plus, eggs are expensive right now and I don't really want to waste them. So that's like the closest thing I can think of. Of course, my hands are clean. I get people commenting about that. Okay. Yeah. We're just scooping out our dough. I'll catch up on the chat in just a sec. I just want to try and get these in the oven because they do get harder to scoop as they sit. The mixture is easier to work with when it's warm because, everything is more scoopable. and not as difficult to scoop. Okay, a few more, and then we will get rolling on our pie dough and catch up with our chat in just a minute. I want to get our pie dough rolled out before. I'm using some of this because it doesn't have any egg. It doesn't have any stuff that, it's basically just the flour needs to be cooked out. I'm using some of this as pie cookie filling, which I know is just like a brownie cookie stuffed pie cookie, but again, the intrusive thoughts won, and I can't help myself but try it out and see what happens. Because also happy pie day. I feel like people combine desserts all the time and they're going to be interesting and yummy is how I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I spread these out enough. They don't spread a ton, but they do just enough. So I want to make sure we give them a little bit of space on the tray here. Okay, a couple more. We're going to pop these in the oven. Okay, so we have our cookie sheet filled. Okay, let's pop these in the oven. And they're gonna go in there for about 13 minutes. Okay, let's move a couple of things. We can start rolling our pie dough and get caught up with our chat. Okay. Yeah, so you can see it's already starting to get thicker, and that makes it a little bit harder to work with. So that's why I'm trying to work very quickly. Okay, and to roll out our pie dough, I know people roll stuff out on the counter. I just don't. I don't know. I always put a piece of parchment paper or a silicone mat down when I have them available. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of flour down on our surface and start rolling out our pie dough. Just a little sprinkle. We don't need a ton, but just want to make sure it's not going to stick too much. And also I'm going to reserve just a little bit for our rolling pin here. Okay, let's undo this is some homemade pie crust. If I can figure out there we go. Like, where is the end of the thread? Let's try to double layer this one for extra annoyance. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I think it was because one of the parts of the wrap busted, so I had to wrap it a second time. There we go. There's our lovely pie dough. Okay. Oop, catch up. Where are we? Me too. I think it's really fun because you can do something unique. Exactly. Yeah, but there are so many trolls on YouTube. That is very true. And that was something that held me back for a very long time with wanting to start. I had been thinking about doing a YouTube channel for like 3 years before I actually did it. Because at that time I was like, I think just graduating college. I watched a ton of Try Guy videos because they were super popular when they were on BuzzFeed. And so I really wanted to do something. I didn't know what I wanted to do for the videos. So that was also, something I needed to figure out. I think it just kind of comes naturally, like at a certain point, you're just kind of like, people who are trolls, they don't have anything better to do. And they're not trying to build something. They're not trying to like, create something and, help people or make people smile or do something for others. They just want to drag people down to wherever they are in their miserable little, pity party thing that they're doing for themselves. And it's just, it's kind of, once you see it like that, it's kind of like you just feel bad for them, that it's like they feel like they need to drag other people down. So that's kind of how I look at it now, because I definitely struggled with that at first too. So I totally understand where you're coming from with that. Let's see. Did it switch on me again? Ah, there we go. Okay. Your hands are perfect. Oh, thank you. I make chocolate chip cookies with cake mix, and YouTubers tried on her live now. The way you make them. Oh, that's so cool. And they came out for her too. Oh, I love that. Then yeah, you should definitely post stuff. It is a little bit difficult with getting people to make stuff if you don't share a recipe of some kind. So I would say like practice trying to measure out, like eyeball your ingredients and then try to measure those out at the same time. Because it does get better traction if people are able to, make your recipe. So I would recommend starting to like practice measuring that out a little bit. I know it's a little bit hard. Did you find the recipe on the internet or did you invent these brownies? I found, a lot of the way my recipes start is, I look at recipes online and I kind of pick, a couple or like the one that sounds the best or most interesting to me. And then I either try it out exactly as the recipe is, or I immediately start playing around with it to kind of adjust it to my own idea of what I want it to be, or, how I want to play around with it. So, like this brownie cookie recipe is from one that I found online, but I've made a few alterations, I would say, to it. A little bit of, changing up ratios and adding, I think, cocoa powder. I don't think the original recipe had that in there. So yeah, just kind of like making adjustments as I go. That's where a lot of recipes start with stuff I find, and then I kind of just play around with it until it's something that I like. Okay. Ugh. Just trying to get this nice and rolled out, and I will check the chat in just a second again. I just want it to be pretty thin. We don't want it to be too thick. Make sure it's nice and, cooked all the way through. Has anybody made homemade pie crust here? I do have a video about it on my channel if you're interested. It's very easy to whip up, especially if you do like multiple batches at once. And then you can just freeze it and have it ready to go. That is the one downside of parchment paper versus the silicone mat, is the silicone mat does not slip around, but I need to get my silicone mats organized where I can access them easier because they're in like a storage container in my office right now. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's nice and thin. Maybe still a tiny bit thick over on this side. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'll grab my cookie cutter. Just got just a few minutes left on our cookies. Got like 4 minutes left. Is that pied out? Yes, it is. That actually makes me feel better. I've been waiting to start a channel, but was kind of nervous about the trolls and just how to start. I completely understand if you ever want to just ask me some questions about starting that are in addition to anything I've mentioned here. Feel free to, I don't check it all the time, but I do have Instagram DMs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I totally, anything that you guys think about like starting and like the nervousness around that, trust me, I have experienced it. And I definitely have had a lot of those, you know, worries about all that kind of stuff. So I 100% get where you're coming from. Trying to find my circle cookie cutter. I think I want to do this size. What size is this? I can't talk today. It's about 3.5 inches in diameter. I love your recipes. I never find these recipes on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. I know what's going on here, miss. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was trying to roll out pie dough and I didn't catch your stuff. So I made some sweetened condensed milk brownie cookies, and we're baking some of those right now. But I also had an idea to use this because it doesn't have any eggs or anything like that. I decided to use this as a filling for some pie cookies because it's pie day today. So it's an experiment. We're going to see if it works together. I'm kind of excited though, because I feel like people combine desserts in unique ways, and I feel like this could be really, really good. So we're going to see. How did you start your YouTube channel? I don't know if you caught me saying it, but I started with just during May of 2020, just, you know, stuck in my house trying to find things to do. And I joined that week-long challenge. And when they said post a video, I was very nervous. And but I you know, committed to the challenge. I was like, I'm going to do the homework every day. I'm going to do all the stuff. And that's just kind of a big part of, you know, starting a channel is just kind of just going for it. And I am a lifelong perfectionist that's been working on getting over that. And I feel like in some ways it's really helped me because one of the things they mentioned is done is better than perfect. And so I try to use that when I'm working on videos. Like, it's better to have it done. It's better to, you know, put something out there. And because if you're waiting for perfection, perfection is not going to come. You're always going to find something to continue tweaking or working on with it. So it's better just to get your stuff out there and start just doing it. Okay, so we're just cutting our circles. How old are you? I am 30, turning 32 actually next month. Which feels really weird to say because in my mind I'm still in my 20s, you know. I feel like with the pandemic it like paused everything. Like, I'm 25 forever. Yay, cookies are getting ready. Yes. Very excited. The brownie cookies are always a hit, so I'm very excited about those. I think we can get 4 more circles out of this, hopefully. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Of course. Like I said, I don't get to check them all the time, but I definitely, if you have questions, I would be happy to help because I absolutely understand the struggle when starting. It's a huge learning curve, but I think it's definitely worth it. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, thank you so much. I know, it's actually a month from today. Yeah, it's on the 14th of April, which seems like it's just, I feel like this year is going by so quick. It's crazy. Okay, so we're able to get 12 circles, so we're going to have 6 little hand pies. Let me get my pan. Oh, perfect timing for the cookies. Lovely. And we can even, if I had more protection than just enough, if I hold it for too long, I can start to feel the heat. That's the usual size that I use. Hold on, I want to try and make the cookies a little bit more circular and perfect. I forgot to do that, but it's all good. If I can grab this, jeez. You know, I'm just gonna grab it with the glove. Trying to double up on oven protection. It's a little bit too much. So it's kind of, usually the one that I actually used for these is usually the one that I would use to swirl around it. Because you want to use a cutter that's just a little bit bigger than your cookies. And we just kind of, usually you can like swirl them around. I don't have enough space on this pan. But we can just go around just like this. And just kind of, while they're still hot is the key. Just want to make sure that we kind of reshape them a little bit while they're still toasty. And it's getting hot in my hands. I'm going to go over here and finish it. And then we can get our little hand pies started. They're kind of like hand pies, but we're going to call them pie cookies for funsies. And I should have actually done this little swirling technique. Sometimes the brownie cookies can get a little bit crusty by the time they're done baking. So sometimes I take them out with like 5 minutes to go or so, 5 or 6 minutes, so that they haven't completely set on the edges. So some of these were still able to kind of swirl around a little bit, but I think you're special and I love watching your videos. Oh, thank you so much. That literally just made my day. You're so sweet. The cookies look great. Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely. I highly recommend making the brownie cookies. And I actually posted a video last month. Time is going by really weird right now. I think it was last month. Yeah, last month technically for Valentine's Day, but you can do it for any time of year. Some dulce de leche brownie cookies. So it's very similar to this recipe, but use dulce de leche instead. And it makes it even more like kind of caramely fudgy. So highly recommend checking those out as well. That's just an example of one of the ways I play around with my recipes, like changing up an ingredient, seeing what happens. And that's definitely been a fan favorite. Do you have a pet? I do. She is my fur baby. Her name is Lily, and she is almost 8.5 years old. And I also have my pup niece Penny. They're best friends. And but it's funny because their sizes are so different. But we adopted them at the same time, actually. Lily, we did the doggy DNA test, and they're a fun mix of yes, yeah, she is a dog. We did the doggy DNA stuff, and they are like both tons of mixed stuff. And Lily has Staffy, like Staffordshire Terrier, and then that is mixed with what else? There's a whole bunch of stuff. Lab, Husky, Malamute, and then they didn't know the rest. It's like the little itty bit that there was like, you know, they're not sure, they can't pinpoint it. And then Penny is a Australian cattle dog mixed with Chihuahua. So, yes. But what's good is that Lily, even though she has Husky, she does not scream like a Husky, which I'm very grateful for. She does not, do the siren call of Huskies. She talks a little bit, but she doesn't do, the extreme like they do. So grateful that I got a good mix on that one. Okay, so we're just gonna set our pie pieces to the side so I can get my pan over here. Just sticking them on like a little plate just to get them off here. Okay. Yeah, do you have any pets? Anybody else have any pets in the chat? I'm definitely a pet person. Very much into fur babies. Okay. Set you here. Okay. We're just gonna set the stuff to the side. I can either re-roll this or I could just bake up the scraps and, cover them in some like cinnamon sugar or something like that, and it'll be like little pie pieces that you can just kind of snag on. I'm just gonna stick them in a bowl back in the fridge for now. And we also want to shake off the excess flour when we work with it. Okay. Quick little cleanup break. Where do I set you? Right here. Okay. Transition. This is more involved than my usual lives, but I think it's kind of fun to, experiment once in a while with the format. Do you guys like longer lives or do you like when they're shorter? I feel like it kind of depends on the item that's being made. Okay. So, I need egg wash. Okay, we'll hop back to the chat in just a sec. Gotta grab an egg. Alrighty. Okay. So we need egg wash to be able to seal the two pieces together, but also brush it on the top. I have quite a bit to catch up on. I also have a dog. Her name is Goldie. Oh, golden retriever. Oh, that's perfect. That's so cute. I always love golden retrievers. That was like definitely one of my top dogs that I wanted. Because I wanted a dog for as long as I could remember, and finally I adopted one I adopted Lily actually right before my last semester of college, which was a little bit crazy, but I love her so much. Yes, a Chihuahua. She thinks she's the toughest little dog out there. I can completely understand my sister's, even though she has like the Chihuahua, the cattle dog size, she definitely has a Chihuahua face and mentality. But it's really funny because she'll like try to instigate things and then use Lily as like her muscle back up because Lily's bigger than her. So she definitely keeps it interesting with her personality. I'm a dog person. Oh, yeah. You should bake the scraps. Oh, definitely. Yes, I'm going to bake the scraps. And I don't know. Maybe I'll do, like I said, the cinnamon sugar thing. Well, we'll see. I love your counter. Oh, thank you so much. My mom loves purple, and this was like her dream counter when she picked it out. So, yes, she loves purple. Today I got time, so the longer live is nice. Oh, cool. Glad to hear. And especially while it's still nice and cool, I definitely want to take advantage of doing some more baking lives because during the summer, that is a no-go. It'll be all no-bake stuff during the summer. Oh, what are you making? We're making a couple different things. We have some sweet condensed milk brownie cookies that we whipped up. And we're going to decorate those with some midnight mint flavored melting wafers, inspired by, of course, St. Patrick's Day, mint and chocolate. And then we are also doing, because it's pie day, we're going to take some of our extra brownie filling. It doesn't have any eggs or anything, so I feel like it's going to make a good filling. We're going to see. Total experiment that I had pop in my head. And we're going to make little pie cookies and stuff it with some of the brownie cookie mixture. So it's like cookie inception. Okay, let's see. I need a little bit of heavy cream. Okay, so we have 1 egg, and I added just a little splash, baby splash of cream to it. So that's going to be our egg wash. Okay, and then whatever is left, I'm going to just cook off the cookies. I'm going to see if I can microwave them to re-warm the mixture. We'll see how that goes. But here is our egg mixture. So with adding that cream, it just makes it a little bit lighter. Okay, now we're going to need our brush. Usually I have my pastry brush, but it's eluding me at the moment, so we're going to use a silicone brush. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, I was able to still scoop this pretty well. So that's good. I'm going to plop one right in the center. Oops. I might want to squish it down though, so it gets a little bit more flat in the pie cookie. But I'm thinking this is going to be a good amount of filling. So we're just going to scoop our cookie mixed right into there. Oops. Oop. Okay. There is our mixture. And like I said, going in with clean hands. I'm going to press it down a little bit to make kind of like a little patty, for lack of a better word, to kind of be a little bit more of the size of our pie, but still making sure there's a nice good size ring around so that we have a spot to connect our pie dough. And like I said, this is a total experiment, but I'm very interested to see how this turns out because it could be really good. Just a little bit too big. That's a little bit better. Okay, this one just decided to fall apart on itself. Okay, last one. Okay, wash my hands. Okay, now we are going to do some of our egg wash and then add our pie pieces on top. Just gonna go around. It's okay if it gets on the parchment paper, it's not a big deal. Just want to make sure it's all around there. And do the same thing with the rest of them. Okay, might be a little bit too much on the last one. See if I can get a little bit off. Okay, now we're going to add our other pie pieces. And we got off some of that extra flour. And we're just gonna pop them right on top, and then we're gonna use a fork to press them together. Okay. And let's grab. I like to use the longer forks when I do this one. And actually, we're going to press them together first, kind of line them up a little bit. And then press with our fork to seal everything. Trying to keep it as nice of a circle as possible because it is for Pie Day. And we're just going to repeat that process. Anybody have any fun weekend plans? Unless it's stormy. I know that kind of, affects weekend plans, but Okay. I'm going to Nana's house. Oh, that's lovely. Are you do anything, like have a meal together, do anything fun, or just kind of hang out? Let's see, this weekend for me, I have family game night tomorrow. And I'm the one making dinner. I always do dinner and then some fun games in the evening. Okay, just a couple more. And then we're also gonna pierce just a little bit on top, just to make sure it doesn't like pop or explode. I feel like it shouldn't, but we'll, you know, better safe than sorry. Don't want my little pie cookies to explode. Hang out. Well, that's nice. Hope you have fun. Okay. So now I'm going to take a paring knife and just poke a couple little holes on top of each. Like I said, just to make sure that it has a little vent basically. So I'm gonna do like 3 little ones in the center. Okay. We're visiting my grandparents' grave. Oh, I'm so sorry. But it's nice that you can go visit. See, to finish these off for the oven, we're gonna add some more egg wash to the top. Brush the whole thing. I guess I'm the only one here. Yeah, I guess it got kind of quiet for a sec, but thank you for being here. That's kind of natural for live, so it kind of like can be very chatty at one point and then just kind of quiet. But we are kind of getting, I think, pretty close to winding down our live. But I do want to decorate those cookies if they're cool enough. Okay, so we've got all of them covered, all the holes poked and sealed. We're gonna pop these in the oven. Actually, I think I'm gonna increase the oven temp just a little bit to 400. And I'm not gonna wait, I'm just gonna pop them in there while I'm waiting for that. Hello, while I'm making a sandwich. Oh yeah. What kind of sandwich? Okay. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna scoop the rest of these cookies. I thought about re-rolling pie dough and doing some more pie cookies, but that's just gonna be a lot. Plus the cookie dough is like super solid now. So we're gonna test out and see how rewarming this in the microwave goes. gonna do 30 seconds and get my other tray ready to go for scooping. I'm still here. Well, thank you for being here. Are you a fan of mint and chocolate? I know some people are like not fans at all. I definitely am, but I also, the reason I'm making certain things today without mint and I can add mint to it later is because I have family members that don't appreciate mint like I do. Okay. Just regular ham and cheese with hot sauce and some mustard and tomato. I have no lettuce, that sucks of it. It still sounds like a really good sandwich though. Sounds like a great meal. Okay, it looks like it made it just melty enough where we can work with it again, which is lovely. So we're just gonna scoop the rest of this. Yeah, that's your favorite too, ham and cheese. My sister is saying sometimes I crave it, but never as much as you. Oh, your favorite is mint and chocolate. Awesome. Yeah, my sister is like arguably one of the ones that's like most willing to do mint and chocolate, but yeah. As a kid, I like, before I started being more into like, you know, making stuff at home and all that kind of stuff, when Cupcake Craving was super popular, I loved their mint chocolate cupcake because it was it was so minty with the frosting that people compared it to toothpaste, which, you know, I can see. But it was a tad minty, especially as I started to like expand my palette and started to like other things. I was like, yeah, you know, maybe it's a little bit too much, but I'm still a huge mint and chocolate fan. Okay, so for future, if it's in a microwave safe bowl, can pop it back in there to get it easier to scoop again. It's a good little thing to know now. I subscribed. Oh, thank you so much. Hope you enjoy. Oh, I haven't even mentioned today. We are doing a 8-week spring and Easter series on the channel right now. So every single day we have shorts videos coming out. Every day is a theme. So mini cake Monday, cookie pops on Tuesday, all that kind of stuff. And every week has a theme. This week's theme is St. Patrick's Day because it's St. Patrick's Day on Monday. So today we got a St. Patrick's Day cake pop coming your way. I have just enough for like one cookie. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot to put the timer on. 1 second. Okay, so I'm baking them for about 12 to 15 minutes. We're gonna see if they need more time than that for the pie cookies. In the meantime, we're gonna reset again and decorate our other cookies because they should be cool enough for that by now. I'm a fan of your channel. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Glad you like everything so far. I'll remove this out of the way until we get a chance to pop it into the oven. These cookies, yeah, they're cool enough to be able to decorate. Okay, so here are lovely brownie cookies. It's always like the first two that are like the prettiest with the crack on top, and then they get a little bit more, you know, not as nice, but they still look good. Okay, so like I mentioned, I have these Midnight Mint flavored melting wafers, and I tasted them at the beginning of the live, and it reminds me of Thin Mints, and I'm very excited because I love Thin Mints. So we're gonna have a little dish and melt down some of these melts, and then I'm debating if I want to try to do like dipping the bottom of the cookie so the entire bottom is covered. I've done that before. I'm planning towards that. Maybe that and also a drizzle and add some green sprinkles because it needs a little bit of green somewhere. That's what I'm leaning towards. Sometimes I have things very, very planned out. Other times I'm just kind of winging it, and today's one of those days. Okay, I'm gonna start to melt these down in the microwave. Let's start with 30 seconds. I don't want to overcook the melts. For a couple different reasons. One, because it can get kind of streaky if you overcook and cook them for too long. The worst thing is that they could seize up and burn, which we do not want. So, need a spoon. And I think I do want to add some green sprinkles. So I think they're going to need a little bit of something, you know, a little pop of color. I mean, like, monochromatic is good and all, but needs a little bit of something. All right, these definitely need more time. So another 30 seconds for melts. Oh my gosh, I love Look Your Cookies. Looks delish. Oh, thank you so much. I've made these a few different times. Usually if I make a cookie on live, it's typically going to be the brownie cookies, but just different variations. Because they're super quick and easy, and I have shared their recipe before. So I would definitely recommend checking them out because they're very quick to whip up, but also very tasty. And they can also like play around with the flavors and do different stuff. If you missed it earlier in the live, I mentioned that the typical recipe for these, I do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract for just the simple base. But if you want to switch it up, you could do like a teaspoon of vanilla. I always like to do at least a teaspoon of vanilla in almost anything. But then you could also add like 2 teaspoons of mint to it as well. So it will have like mint in the cookie itself. I didn't do that because, again, I have family members that don't appreciate the mint or don't appreciate mint as much as I do, I should say. So you can even switch up like the base of the cookie itself and have some fun with that. But definitely, this is like one of my favorite go-to cookies at the moment just because it's so easy and very customizable. I can smell the mint. It smells so delicious. Just trying to stir through the heat, see how much of it is actually melted. But still quite a bit of pieces are hanging out in there. So I'm gonna do 20 seconds this time. Okay, I'm gonna turn. Ooh, they're looking nice. They're looking really puffy. Our cookies in the oven. I'm actually really excited to see how those turn out. Trying to also clean up a little bit as I go. Checking our melts once again. Okay, that's a lot better. Keep stirring for a few more seconds to see if everything is melted. Okay, that looks really good. I'm not seeing any pieces, maybe just like an air bubble or two, but no unmelted pieces, which is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, let's bring it closer. So I haven't tried this exact method, but I'm thinking it's gonna work. So we're gonna take our cookies and just dip the bottom, shake off the excess, and can either scrape off just a little bit of that excess so it's not gonna pool too much. And then go just like that. So it's a nice little chocolate covered bottom, and we're also gonna do a drizzle on top. So mouth-watering, I know. How can you go wrong with brownies and mint and just like deep dark chocolate? It's always so good. Shake, shake, shake. This part's a bit repetitive, but it's also kind of satisfying. Getting a little bit of chocolate on my hands, but I don't mind. I'm really excited. The mint smell is just, oh my gosh, so good. I was excited to begin with, and now I'm even more excited. And I'm excited that you guys are excited. Okay. Halfway done. Oh, I see something in the chat. Just 1 second. I'm trying not to scrape off too much because I want there to still be a good amount of mint flavor for the amount of chocolate, especially like dark chocolate that we got here with our cookies. Okay, just a few more. And then I'll catch up with the chat and we'll get set up to finish decorating. Oop, oop, oop. Dang it. Of course, that happened on the last one. But oh well, more chocolate's than bad thing. Okay. Do you go live often? I've been subscribed to your channel for a while now, and actually this is my first time seeing you on live. Oh, I think you can set up a thing to be able to be notified about it, but yes, I do go live every single Friday. If that changes, I let you guys know ahead of time. Even if it's like the day before, I'll post in the community tab to let you know. You can see upcoming lives if you go to the live tab on my channel, then you can actually see, it'll say like, I think upcoming or tell you like the date or something like that. And it'll have whatever we're doing for that day. So I'm working on getting those updated. I think I only have it through next week currently, but I'm trying to match it to the theme of our spring and Easter series. So the whatever week that theme is, I'm trying to do a live to match along with the theme. So yeah, if you want to check out that, but I believe if you set up notifications, it should let you know I'm live, but in the meantime, yes, it's definitely, I always try to keep it consistent as to Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And yes, but I will let you know ahead of time if something changes. Love your nails. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna just pop this in the microwave. It's not set or anything like that, but I'm gonna do like 10 seconds just because I want it to be really nice and melty while we're doing the drizzle. Also checking on our cookies. They're looking really nice and puffy and golden brown like we're wanting to do. And that's gonna be done in like a minute. So we'll see if we need to add some more time to that. Okay, I'll definitely check that out and set notifications. Oh, perfect, thank you. Yeah, I know, sometimes it's a little bit annoying when you see like a creator and it's like, wait a second, I never get notified about stuff. I believe next week we're gonna be doing some marshmallow cereal treats that are like Easter egg themed for our live. So very different from week to week. I always try and switch it up so it's not the same stuff over and over again. Those are about to be done, so I'm not gonna get started on drizzling and decorating. We're gonna hold off for just a sec so we can check on our pie cookies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, those look pretty. Let's see. The pan is hot. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm checking the bottom. They look nice and browned. Just want to make sure that we don't need to pop them back in there because they look done. Yeah, all the bottoms are browned, all the tops are really nicely browned. I think these are done. So we're gonna take them out and I'm gonna pop the temperature back down so we can bake off the rest of our cookies while we're decorating. What is that supposed to be? 375? Actually, my oven sometimes runs just a hair cooler, so I'm gonna just keep it at 400 and do 12 minutes for the rest of our cookies. Okay. Now we can finish decorating. So I've got some nonpareil, green nonpareils ready. And we could use a piping bag. I'm just gonna do a drizzle with our spoon here. Just do a quick little rough drizzle. Maybe I don't want to add the sprinkles. I feel like that won't be the right decoration. So we're just gonna keep it plain. We're gonna do chocolate on chocolate. Okay, almost done. Okay. And there's our cookies. It feels like, yeah, those are already, how did I get chocolate on me? Those look so good. Thank you so much. I think these are already set. Oh, not the top. Okay, we're gonna leave that. So fancy. I know, isn't it so fun like how just a drizzle makes things look fancy, but it's like the craziest, easiest decoration to do. So we're gonna let those set. They are not quite ready just yet. We could also do a double drizzle if we wanted to go across in the opposite direction. I'm just gonna leave it at the single drizzle, but I think it just looks really nice. I think the sprinkles would have been just a little bit too different, you know, and it would have been like it could have made it work, but I like the way that these look as they are. Let's switch out our pans and bring down the pie cookies. You can see them a little bit closer. Okay, so we got our St. Patrick's Day cookies done with our mint chocolate. And here is for Pie Day. I'm very curious as to how the filling looks on the inside. I do want to let these cool, but maybe I could pick one of the ones that's like not as pretty for my pictures and cut it open on live and see what it looks like. Let's see. Let's pick the one that looks like the least circular. I'm thinking this one. I don't know if I cut down all the way. I hope these are done. Yes, it just looks very gooey. It looks like I could use just a little bit more time for some of the inside stuff, but I think it's also just very moist in there. So I think I want to pop these back in the oven for a couple minutes and see. Those pie cookies look delicious too. Oh, this makes me want to bake something right now. Thank you so much. Bake something fun. Like I said, especially while it's still like nice, cool weather, I definitely try and take advantage of baking as much as possible. But yeah, I think the outsides look really nice, but I do think I want to stick them back in there for a little bit longer to get those insides set a little bit more. But like I said, this is total experiment and we just wanted to see what would happen. So they look really good, just need a little bit more time. And I got the rest of the cookies baking right now in the oven and we decorated our cookies. So that is, that's all I had planned for the live, but I'll let you guys know how this goes. Like I said, we just need a little bit more time because everything is nice and flaky on the outside. It's just that inside part. But I mean, the inside looks nice and like a gooey brownie filling, which I am not mad at. Just needs a little bit longer. So like I mentioned, we have our shorts coming out every day for our spring and Easter themed weeks. And we do have a couple more days left of St. Patrick's Day week. And then next week is going to be Easter egg week already. It's going to come up before we know it. So I'm like, got to get started on our Easter specifically themed weeks. So look forward to those. And also, of course, lives every week, especially for our spring and Easter themed weeks. Definitely something matching the theme. And yeah, that's all I got for now. Any other questions to pop in the chat before we hop off for today? Thank you all so much for being so active in the chat. I really love when I get to talk to you guys and I'm not just talking to myself. But let's see, I think that is it. I'm not seeing anything new, no questions popping in the chat. I think that's it for today. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. Be very safe, especially if it's stormy like it is here for me. Be safe, of course. Wait, oh, what's going on? Do you have a question? Okay, see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you so much, you too, Zayla. Demia, I hope I said your name right. Do you have a question before we hop off? Let me know in the chat. No? Okay. Yeah, that's it for our live today. But like I said, we will be back next week, same time. Definitely, it's not going to take as long because I'm not doing as many items. But thank you all so much for being here and for enjoying the baking live. We definitely had a couple of really fun things today. And I will see you guys next week for some really fun Rice Krispie treats. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you very soon. Bye.